What up, folks? Vinny D here, back with another fantastic video. And the purpose of this video is more of a video log. I might not even post this video online, but I mean, here's the deal, guys. The last video I made was about 6 months ago, and I had just launched a company that, as of today, I would consider to be, I guess, a failed company. I don't know. But it was like also some growth for me. I don't know. Basically, yeah, I basically started a company where we were like a distribution partner for like a major internet service provider, and basically I just built a sales team and just sold internet services to people in their homes. And yeah, it was first time I've ever hit 100K in business in revenue. So in 6 months we did like a little over 100,000, which is cool. Definitely for me, that was a milestone for sure that I've never hit before. It was hella stressful and terrible, honestly. There was a lot of days I wanted to just fucking off myself, and there's a lot of different reasons. And like I said, it kind of is I would consider it failed. We have no employees now. There were some good months. There were some good weeks, you know. But basically, the purpose of this video was just to say that, yeah, the last video I made, I had never built a business to $100,000 in revenue. So there's some progress. And I would say the last few months have been some of the hardest months of my life. Just emotionally, I'm like learning, I just have to like completely turn it off. And I'm also learning that I've learned that it can get really dicey when you kind of like work with friends as like business employees, which obviously like people say that all the time in the like, but I just learned like, it was just treacherous, bro. Like, seriously. And yeah, but I'm in a weird spot, guys. Put it to you like this. There's never been so much like belief and vision for what is possible, but also now with an additional layer of experience, I am experiencing more fear. And like, I know we can do it. Like, I know I can do it with like a lot more proof now. It's like, okay, I started a door-to-door sales company. I had never knocked a door that was selling internet. I had never sold internet, but we were able to do that, right? So like, the belief is there, but then throughout that experience, there was so many twists and turns where honestly I questioned if it was even worth doing it, because right before I did it, I was working like as just like a rep for another company, I was basically making the same money that I was making with like a quarter the amount of stress and time and you know, like I'd be lying if I said like after this whole experience I don't feel a little bit defeated. Honestly, like it was a little defeating. Like especially just like I'm kind of a you know, I don't want to say I'm a sensitive guy, but I tend to take things personally at times, and like when things don't go a certain way, either on like a business outcome or like with specifically with having friends as employees in the business, you know, that's been the hardest hurdle to overcome for me. I don't know. That's just been my experience. It's, you know, like realistically, I should have fired these people within a week based off of like things the way they were going, but because they were friends, I was unable to make that call at the time. And I think that is one of the many reasons why things are today like this. That specific business has failed. Now, I don't know. To the fear point though, my life is the best it's ever been in terms of like materialism. I'm doing all right mentally, emotionally. I'm feeling and experiencing a pretty reasonable level of clarity. But the fear is like now I have the experience that is very fresh of, hey, I built this thing to this, and then it kind of like fell apart like an avalanche, like, you know, and it was a build up and there was a lot of things, right? It took a lot of energy for me to even like get that started and, you know, get it to even like that minuscule $100,000. And so the fear is that, fuck, I gotta go do this again. You know, it's like, I don't have to. I could go and get a job as like a rep and go make good money and like not have all that stress. But then now it's like, it's really like I'm blue balled as fuck because I started to move down the like I got closer to the envisionment of the like what I've been trying to do, and now it's like, fuck, I'm starting at the bottom of it again. That's what it feels like. But really, when I'm looking at things objectively and logically, I have now this actual experience layered with previous experiences where I like am able to genuinely say like, hey, this doesn't work, this works, this doesn't work, this works. Like this works, but then it also comes with these other problems. So yeah, I'm starting another company again. And yeah, I'm 25 right now. I'll be 26 in, what's today, the 6th or the 7th? In like less than 3 weeks, I'll be 26, be turning 26 years old. And I have that feeling of like, oh fuck, I'm about to be 26, right? And then it's like, oh fuck, I'm closer to 30 than I am to 20. And then it's like, oh fuck, I gotta get this thing kicking. But then it's also like, well, okay, I've done. Here's the other thing, other off topic. I was reviewing my journal entries over the last couple of years, just before I started this video. And really, I achieved everything I wanted to achieve. Like the goals that I was writing on paper, the things I was thinking about trying to solve, I accomplished those things. For me, it was like, hey, I want to build a business that does 10K per month. I did that. I wanted to get a nice car. I did that. I wanted to move into this exact building, and I did that. And then it's like, I don't feel like anything. Like I still feel the same dissatisfaction as I felt a year ago when I was living in the more ghetto apartment and I didn't have a car and I hadn't gained the additional experience of the last 12 months. Right? So, anywho, I've been thinking, I was it's just thought that was interesting because it's like I glorified this goal and then I haven't reflected in a long time, like in a generally long period of time. And I mean, like 12 months, really the way I just reflected. Because it's really just been on go mode. Like everything's just been like go, 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 go. Whereas like 12 months ago around this time, I set a specific goal. I was very clear about what I was trying to accomplish and I did exactly that. But it turns out that it actually wasn't sufficient enough of a ideal to put me in in my mind, once I got to where I am right now, I'm rich, I'm good. I could totally I imagined it totally different. I really did. I imagined the entire experience to be completely different, and it is not like that at all. As a matter of fact, I feel just as dissatisfied, or if not more dissatisfied than I did a year ago. Or I'm experiencing dissatisfaction. So I don't know what that is, but that's my experience. Yeah, man, but I'm starting another company. And I'm very confident and also very afraid at the same time. And the reason that I'm very confident is because I already know that the offer is good. It's proven in the market. I've proven it before. I know that the business model is good. That's the thing. Here's the thing. All of that input on this recent business was great when it was like, hey, when deals are coming in, the payouts were great. We were getting hella monies. Hella. You know, there was a month where we did about 30K. That for me, that was the first time 30K ever hit any account I had authorization on. You understand? So that was huge. Like exponentially bigger than anything I had ever experienced. But the problem is that the entire lever of scale and operational continuation of this business was just hiring and retaining these sales reps. And honestly, I fucking sucked at managing people. I'm terrible at it, especially with a lot of them were my friends. So it just was and I say they're my friends. Honestly, in retrospect, I don't think any of them are my friends. I think they were people that I was in my mind considering to be close to because I had spent more time with them than anyone else. But I don't think the way I imagine a friend, I don't think that those were the relationships that actually existed, which is another totally different issue. That I have to solve within myself, but I think I already did, which is really just I just don't give a fuck, let them go, wither away into their own world, what am I gonna do? Expend my time, energy, and resources to try to make someone else happy at the expense of my own life? What are you gonna do? Fuck that. That's what I say. Fuck that. You just got to do what the fuck you want to do and like eliminate everything else. That's really where I'm at after this entire experience. Is like, I know I can start a company and be successful. Like, I have that experience now. It's the way that I build it that is going to be different. Like, I'm looking at how I birthed the last company, and I'm like trying to change all the broken pieces, all the things that I'm like, that was fucked. I'm trying to fix all those things. And like, one of those big things is like the recurring revenue, which I know is like kind of cliche, and like everyone's like passive income, but it's like, dude, I'm really trying to develop, well, I have developed, but I'm really trying to build this company around a model that increases the hell out of the lifetime value of this customer and makes more of a predictable revenue. So it's like, hey, we don't have to, like, once, this is the way I put it. We at any given point, on average, there was about 3 to 4 on average reps working with me over the last 6 months. Now, we did somewhere in the realm of, I think we did like 315 accounts, new accounts, like residential accounts. Now, those, every time we got one of those accounts, it was a one-time lump sum payout commission. The sad part is that there's no vested recurring income for those clients. We got one good payout, and then that was it. Now, I will say, I managed the cash flow probably not the best. I probably could have done things different to give this previous business a better fighting chance to stay in business and remain profitable. But I didn't, so it doesn't matter. That's another thing I have to change inside this new business. But the reality is even if I was only able to get 20 accounts with my new business within 6 months, because of the way that I structured the product and the offer, those 20 accounts would be worth way, way more than the 315 accounts that we just added for this other company, right? So really just trying to focus on that recurring income, recurring revenue, okay? And trying to focus on building this business from the perspective of like complete operational excellence and building it in a way where it's like there is a predictable income. It's built around systems. It's documented the processes, so that when we get to the point where we have a large 300 customer active client base, and every one of them's paying us money on a monthly or weekly basis for the services we provide, and the business doesn't necessarily need me in it to run because everything has been documented and systematized, that they can just be easily trained on systems. New hires can be easily trained on these systems and then take over the role. Eventually, this business can actually be something that develops enterprise value and is extremely profitable and can one day like be sold. Like, it would be a desirable asset to be purchased by like a private equity firm. That's the way I'm thinking about it now. So like kind of the same, slightly different, you know, over the last couple of years of doing this YouTube. But we've progressed. There's been progress, you know, things have happened. The ball has moved forward. I am in a better position than I was when I started this channel, which I think is important, but this is the problem. The problem is, relatively speaking, the increases have been considerably incremental, like linear, very linear, incremental increases in overall lifestyle, wealth, whatever you want to call it. So I think with this additional opportunity, it's getting to the point of acceptance where it's like, hey, we can get cash flow up front with this business model. But if we press and press and press, well, we can get cash flow up front so we can support ourselves. I could probably do this without having to like go get another job, you know, and I can keep putting my all into it. But if I keep pressing on this model and I keep building this company, then at the end, the result will be even better than like the dividends throughout the process. That's the ideology that I'm focusing on here. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got. So.